You are gonna want to watch this for one of the best movie openings ever made. Hi, this is Shadowscape Pictures, and this is the review for 28 Weeks Later. A father escapes from a countryside house where the infected infiltrated, leaving his wife to her death. 6 months later, he meets up with his kids Andy and Tammy in a cleaned up London where the infected had died off, only for the kids to run off to their family home to find their mother, who's a carrier of the rage virus. The father kisses her and all hell lets loose. First off, the music score is great. John Murphy comes back and he brings back that awesome theme song from 28 Days Later, and it's just great. It's perfect. The opening scene to this film is so awesome. You got a bunch of people in a house trying to stay away from the infected, and then a little boy shows up and hey, we gotta let the kid in. Sounds like a great idea, hey? And then they let the infected come in and tear shit up. Basically kill all the people. It had such great intensity and suspense. Felt claustrophobic through the stairs and such where they're running. The shaky cam and all this. And his wife gets split up by this damn kid. And he's like, sorry, I gotta go. I didn't blame him at all. I'd probably do the same thing. It's either I fight for you and die probably, or I leave and probably survive. Yeah, I kind of have to go with him on this one. Runs away, and it's just an awesome scene. As soon as he gets out of the building, he's like just running for his life, getting chased by all these infected. There's so many that come out, and he jumps on the boat. The one guy dies, falls off. I was like, you silly goose. And then he leaves and he gets away, and I was like, damn, that is one of the best openings I've ever seen. The father tells the kids how their mom dies. She basically got killed by the infected. And I'd probably tell them the same thing too. It's when the kids find out that she's alive and then the truth comes out that she wasn't killed by the infected. She's a carrier of the rage virus, which is pretty cool. They incorporated that. Just give us some more lore to this rage virus, I would say. Then they had Jeremy Renner in here, and he's just a great character. He's basically just Hawkeye again. Homie needs a sniper or a bow and arrow in every single movie. Then the father kisses Alice, his wife, without knowing anything. And then you find out she's a carrier of the rage virus. So then he turns into one of the infected. And then he beats the shit out of her. Wow, that's really fucked up. Gets out and starts infecting everybody else, all these like military guys and such. Then the military issues a code red to contain everybody, but they put them all in a damn basement. Why would you put them all in like a little basement area and then not properly seal the doors? Maybe have a few military dudes out there just to protect these people. And then somehow the father gets in who's infected and he starts infecting everybody else. That's gotta be the worst containment I've ever seen in my life. They had no idea. Why wouldn't you just leave these people in their damn rooms? Gone door to door. Make sure everyone's good. But they decided not to do that. After Hawkeye finds out that the military just wants to kill everybody, essentially, he's like, no, I have morals and values, and I'm not going to do that. And I think that's great. It becomes a very relatable character. And same thing goes with the doctor chick. She just very relatable. I love the part where they actually care about people instead of just offing them like bye turn it off. And it just goes to show that a lot of these military guys are just NPCs. They don't have any thoughts. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna do this, and there you go. We just listen to orders and it don't matter. Hawkeye then plans to get some of these people out of there, like the doctor and the two kids. At least he's trying to save people as well, because a lot of times people are just selfish and be like, yeah, I'm gone. See you guys later. In all honesty, they probably would have just nuked the shit out of this place. Even in 28 Days Later, I think they would have just nuked the place. I don't think they would actually like give a shit. No, bye turn it off for everybody. Gone. So then all these people follow Hawkeye as they're trying to avoid getting firebombed and trying to avoid getting shot by a damn sniper, which is just absolutely absurd. So they do all these like crazy things to get to this extraction point for the helicopter. Then they get to the extraction point and homie is like, no, I'm not taking all those people. And one guy jumps onto the helicopter and then a bunch of infected come in there and he's like, well, I'm gonna bye turn off all these infected. And it was really cool. Just seeing the helicopter cut up all these infected was just great. I actually really enjoyed that part. I thought that was cool. Obviously, the guy falls off, and he also probably went bye-bye, turned it off. Then homie tells Hawkeye, hey, we got a new extraction point at the stadium. Also gotta ditch all these people. But knowing Hawkeye, he's not gonna ditch all those people. So they basically just end up trying to get to the extraction point, fighting off some of the rest of the infected. They then get back to the city part, and there seems to be like this gas that just like kills everything off. And then they jump into this car that won't start as they're getting chased by infected. Then Hawkeye's like, hey, the car won't start. I guess I'll have to push to start it. So he gets out and sacrifices himself to start this damn car, and he goes bye-bye, turn it off by a flamethrower, because the damn NPCs like doing that, even though they might not be infected. That's the one thing I also didn't really like about this movie, is they killed off one of the best characters in this movie. He could have lasted a little bit longer. You know, I kind of wish his character survived. The doctor drives off, and then what? This military helicopter starts shooting at it? Bro, wouldn't you think that if you can drive a vehicle, you're probably not infected? But they're just like, nah, we're NPCs. The doctor gets the kids to the stadium, and then she goes bye-bye, turn it off by the kid's father, who's also infected. A very likable and relatable character. Come on! You're doing this again! Killed off two of the most interesting characters in this film. This movie had no problems with getting rid of these characters, but overall I just wish some of these characters survived, but oh well, I guess they had to change it up just a little bit. Andy gets bit by his father that's infected, and then Tammy, the daughter's like, here, I'm gonna make you go bye-bye, turn it off as well. And it turns out that Andy is also a carrier of the rage virus. They meet up with the homie with the helicopter for the extraction point, and they go bye-bye. The infected get into Paris, but after watching 28 years later, they didn't do shit with that. Overall, this movie's a 7.5 out of 10. It does a really good job to entertain you, and it's very rewatchable. I do think it's on par with 28 Days Later, just because it also looks really good, and it just doesn't look like as shitty as 28 Days Later. So I do think that's a big plus in my opinion. And for the opening scene. The opening scene is like perfection. And that's the review of 28 Weeks Later. If you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me your thoughts on 28 Weeks Later. Is it better than 28 Days Later, or are they basically on par with each other? And of course, if you didn't like this video, bye-bye, turn it off!